1919 was an auspicious year in history. The First World War ended, ushering a drastic change in the world order. The Philippine Islands had been a U.S. territory for 2 decades and was promised independence under the Jones Law of 1916. Progressive reformers saw the country and its people as a major target for modernization, and education was its main weapon. 7 forward-looking Filipinas came together in 1919 to create a school where young women could gain the knowledge and skills that would make them modern women. Paz Marquez Benitez was the first president of the Philippine Women's College. Jose Abad Santos was its first chairman of the Board of Trustees. Francisca Tirona Benitez was the second president, and with her husband Dean Conrado, guided the school from a house on A. Flores Street to its iconic Taft Avenue campus. In 1932, the college became a university, making PWU the first university for women in Asia founded by Asians. It provided a space where innovations in education flourished, and young people were encouraged to be the best that they could be. For over 100 years, the Philippine Women's University has been known as a leader in quality education. In 1934, PWU moved into its main campus on Taft Avenue, and since the 1970s has been co-educational. Located in the heart of Metro Manila, it is easily accessible by public transport and surrounded by affordable housing. Today's PWU offers undergraduate and graduate courses in several fields of study. Its business and management programs are responsive to the needs of industry, using evolving technology for global competence. PWU graduates excel in arts and sciences, education, social work, and diplomacy. Its fine arts and music programs have produced outstanding graduates through a holistic education that treasures heritage as well as excellence. PWU has pioneered in fields such as food science, nutrition and dietetics, medical technology, pharmacy, and nursing. PWU continues to play an essential role in producing graduates who possess the skills that make them competitive in the country and anywhere in the world.
We are a united community.
We may not be blood related,
but we Patriots are one big family.
Being part of the PWU community strengthens us.
Through the years, we support each other through good times and bad times.
We Patriots always have each other's back.
It's a big honor to be part of a community that is open to the ideas of each other.
It drives us to excel and be the best version of ourselves.
That's the standard of excellence that we Patriots strive for.
I'm thankful that this community lets us be who we want to be.
We thrive because we accept each other for who we are.
And like a family, we treat each other equally.
Actually, PWU gave us a home and helped us to be a patriot in society.
We may have different individual drums and instruments,
but we march with the same beat together as one united community.
Do you want to march with our community of patriots?
I am a patriot.
I am a patriot.
I am a patriot.
I am a patriot.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed participants, a warm and eco-friendly welcome to the webinar on Embracing Eco-Excellence, Transforming Hotels and Restaurants for a Sustainable Future. We are thrilled to have you join us in this virtual platform for a journey into the exciting realm of sustainable practices in the hospitality industry. We are too excited to be here before you today as we embark on a journey towards a brighter, greener, and a more sustainable hospitality industry.
In a world where the importance of sustainable practices has never been more critical, we find ourselves at the nexus of change and innovation. Today, we gather not only to discuss eco-friendly strategies, but to ignite a transformational shift in the way hotels and restaurants operate. I am Lee Patrick V. Brown.
And I'm Stephen John Magoncha, your host, welcoming you all to this webinar organized by the Philippine Women's University School of Hospitality Management for Advanced Facilities Planning and Design class. And we are now live on Facebook to reach a wider audience, so to our participants, you can share our webinar too. So before we commence our program, let us gather together in moment of reflection and unity. May I call Ms. Mary Anosaurus to lead us in prayer and the singing of the Philippine National Anthem.
Our most gracious, loving, and Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to use technology to connect and carry out the work that you have called us to do. We ask for your presence with us as we begin this Embracing Eco-Excellence webinar. We pray for wisdom and understanding as we discuss the topics at hand. We ask that you help us communicate effectively, listen attentively, and work collaboratively toward our shared goals. May your guidance be with us throughout this webinar, and may we be open to your direction and leading in all we do. We pray for unity and respect among all participants. May we treat each other with kindness, compassion, and understanding. This we ask. In Jesus' name we pray. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Kayang magiliw, pero saan sinanganan? Alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyat ka ng magiting. Sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiin. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bukaw. May dilagang tulad, awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kisap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdiligig. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidinig. Lupa ng araw ng
our rapidly evolving world, where connection and collaboration are more vital than ever, today marks the beginning of an inspiring journey together. This event is not just a convergence of individuals, it is a celebration of ideas, innovation, and the boundless possibilities that emerge when diverse perspectives unite. Before we delve into the heart of Eco Excellence in Hospitality, allow me the privilege of calling Miss Ayamina Legarda to welcome us all with her message.
To our University President, Mr. Marco Alfredo M. Benitez, Dean of School of Hospitality Management, Dr. Eframuel Jose L. Abiliana, to our Professor, Dr. Jocelyn R. Sardenia, classmates and participants from different colleges and university, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant morning and welcome to today's webinar. We are thrilled to have each one of you joining in this webinar. This event is an indication of hard work and dedication of our class DBHR 602 Advanced Facilities Planning and Design, headed by our Professor, Dr. Jocelyn R. Sardenia, who come together to organize this enriching experience. In this time, webinar has become powerful linkage for networking and knowledge sharing. And our class has embraced this to connect with you even though you are far. Throughout the webinar, I am happy to inform you that we have diverse lineup of speakers who are expert in their fields. They will be sharing their experiences, their perspectives, and expertise on embracing eco excellence, transforming hotels and restaurants for sustainable future. We believe that their insights will offer valuable takeaways and ignite meaningful discussion among all of us. Furthermore, we encourage active participation from all of you. Your comments, ideas, and questions will be highly appreciated. So please don't hesitate to connect with our speakers and fellow participants during open forum session. Without further ado, let's dive into this exciting endeavor of knowledge and personal growth. I wish you an inspiring and fruitful webinar. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Ayamina, for your friendly, warm message. As we gather for this engaging webinar, it is important to ensure a productive and respectful virtual environment. To that end, we kindly request to all participants to adhere the following netiquette guidelines.
Be punctual. Log in to the webinar on time to avoid disrupting the session. Mute your microphone. Keep your microphone muted when you're not speaking to minimize background noise. Use video mindfully. Use video if required, but be mindful of your surroundings and appearance.
Respect speaking turns. Wait for your turn to speak and avoid interrupting others. Stay engaged. Participate actively by asking questions or providing input when appropriate. Use chat function responsibly. If there's a chat feature, use it for relevant questions or comments and avoid spamming.
Dress professionally. If your webcam is on, dress appropriately as if you were attending in person. Avoid distractions. Close unnecessary apps or browser tabs to stay focused. Respect privacy. Don't share private or sensitive information in the chat or during discussions.
Follow host guidelines. Adhere to any specific guidelines set by the webinar host. Stay positive. Keep a positive and respectful tone in your interaction with others. Tech check. Test your internet connection and devices in advance to minimize technical issues.
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We sincerely hope that all our participants will wholeheartedly embrace these essential reminders. Now, without further ado, please join me in giving a virtual round of applause to Mr. Arnel Aimosqueda, who will introduce our first speaker.
Good morning to each and everyone. Our guest speaker for this morning is a graduate of bachelor's degree in architecture at the University of Santo Tomas, Sampaloc, Manila. He is a licensed architect with a year's diverse industry experience in both schematic, detailed design, 3D visualization, and project development coordination. He is an active member of United Architects of the Philippines. He has also played major roles in designing commercial, residential, and other developments in previous work companies. In terms of professional experience, he is a former architectural assistant at Jose Shaoling and Associate Architects. He designed detailed architectural drawings and documentations for client approvals, building permits, and construction. He also worked closely with allied structural, mechanical, electrical, and other professionals to ensure proper integration of technical plans and architectural drawings. He ensured plans are compliant with relevant building codes, 3D renders, and video walkthrough for project presentation. He is also a former design architect at Revolution Precrafted Incorporated. He worked as a team leader with the task of leading a three-person through the design development of several residential developments. He also coordinated with different international architects and participated in meetings with different landowners and contractors for project assessment and progress report. He designed also a various projects as part of a large residential development. So please help me welcome Mr. Robert Matthew T. Lacanlali, our guest speaker for this morning.
Good day, I'm Architect Matt. Thank you for inviting me here. Within the next few minutes, I'll be discussing about sustainable architecture and its relation to the future design of hotels and restaurants. Okay. So just a quick background. I graduated in University of Santo Tomas with a bachelor's degree in architecture. And then I worked for JSLA Architects from 2016 onwards. And that's where I got my initial experience from. So we designed everything from warehouses, commercial buildings, and even hotels, of course. And then after I worked there, I worked for Revolution Precrafted. So they are more focused on residential design, and they are also focused on sustainability. And then 2021, I founded my own firm, which is LAA Design Studio. So pwede nyo i-search sa Facebook to see what we are currently working on. And that's it. Just a small background about myself. Okay, so before we can even discuss how sustainable architecture can affect the future design of hotels and restaurants, we have to ask first, what is sustainable architecture? No? Ano ba tong sustainable architecture na to? Okay. So one quick search and this is what you would see. So sustainable architecture is architecture that seeks to minimize the negative environmental impact of buildings through improved efficiency and moderation in the use of materials, energy, development space, and the ecosystem at large. So basically, in short, minimize environmental impact. Kasi every time we build a new structure, meron tong kaakibat na effect sa environment, no? Hindi natin to maiiwasan. Talagang gagamit tayo ng natural resource, may mga masisirang natural habitat, gagamit tayo ng energy, and then meron pang maintenance yan. So, sustainable architecture essentially means kailangan natin i-minimize yung negative na environmental impact ng buildings na itatayo natin. So, that's That's the entire meaning of sustainable architecture. So, if you search online, sobrang dami, no? Iba't ibang design considerations, design strategies, para makapag-design tayo sustainably. So, sobrang dami niyan to cover. We are just gonna focus on 5 key aspects of sustainable architecture. So, size, materials, energy, natural lighting and ventilation, and water. So, ito yung pinaka-common na makita natin online pag nag-search tayo how to design sustainable building. So, ito yung mga yun, no? So, let's start with size. Okay, so what do I mean by size? So, gaya nga ng na-mention ko kanina, tuwing magtatayo tayo ng building, may kaakibat na impact sa environment. The size of a building is basically a multiplier of the impact na i-cause nung paggawa mo ng building sa environment. In short, the larger the building, mas malaki ang energy na i-consume nito pag naitayo na. No, mas madaming ilaw, mas madaming appliances sa loob, mas madaming outlet or saksakan. Also, mas maging mahirap siya i-maintain. And another thing is, of course, during construction, pag tinatayo yung building na yan, the larger the building is, mas madami kang materials na gagamitin. Okay, so we have to be very mindful of the size of the buildings na tinatayo natin. So how do we design sustainably? Well, to put it simply, only build what is necessary. Okay, so that's a short, quick, short explanation of how to make it sustainable. Kung ano yung need, yun lang ang itayo, so that we don't have to use the natural resources that we have. Okay. So this is a few examples, no, of very small or tight spaces na even if they are small, they are still functional, no, and aesthetically pleasing pa din. Ang mindset kasi ng ibang tao, kapag masyadong maliit yung space, pangit na agad or hindi na functional. Pero, as architects, we know how to work through even the tightest spaces. Kaya namin gawa ng paraan so that you only build na ito lang yung size, ito lang yung space na available for you, pero functional siya, and maganda pa rin siya tignan. Okay? Next is materials. So now materials is a hard one kasi concrete is basically the most common material na ginagamit natin. Pero is it sustainable? Is concrete sustainable? Well, saan ba nanggagaling? Ano ba ang concrete, no? Concrete has cement, buhangin, gravel, and then during construction, meron diyang bakal. So it's not really the most sustainable material out there, no? Lahat yan ay pinoproduce galing sa minahan. So, ilang bundok ang kailangan nating sirain every time na magtatayo tayo ng maraming building, no? So, hindi yan ang pinaka-sustainable na material available. So, ano ang pinaka-sustainable na material? So, that is, of course, as you can see, wood. So, the key in sustainable design is if kaya nating incorporate ang wood sa design natin, much better. Now, wood is a sustainable material because it's renewable. Kahit gaano pang kadaming wood ang gamitin mo, pwede kang magtanim ng puno at may wood ka pa ulit. And it's very versatile. So pwede mo siya gamitin as flooring. Some architects even use it as structural support. You can use it as wall, ceiling. So very versatile itong wood na to. Now, of course, may mga drawbacks din ang wood. Pero as much as possible, kung kaya natin gumamit ng wood, much better. There are a bunch of technologies out there na hinahaluan nila ng chemicals yung wood so that mas maging matibay yung wood, no? Mas maging fire resistant, anti resistant. So madami na tayong materials na pwedeng gamitin, no? You don't have to use untouched wood, no? Pwede kang gumamit ng treated wood or ibang products from specific suppliers instead of using concrete. So I'll give you an example. Although ito talagang indigenous. So this is Bamboo Inda, no, located in Bali. Again, this is very sustainable. You don't have to go this far in terms of sustainability kasi I understand na we're talking about hotels and restaurants. No, you can't design all hotels and restaurants this way. Pero this example just goes to show you na even if you use bamboo or roof thatch or other readily available natural materials doon sa site, you can still produce something na ganito. No, I'd even argue na this is even more interesting in terms of design compared to the very basic white wall hotels that we currently have. No? At least ito may character. And of course, mas sustainable. So you could use a combination of maybe partially concrete and then partially wood. No? Di need na ganito. Okay, so next is energy. So all buildings use energy. Pero as much as possible, if we can minimize the artificial energy na ginagamit natin or ginagamit ng building natin, much better. It's much more sustainable. So there is a lot of renewable source of energy out there. Pero the most common in our field, no, the most common in hotel and restaurant design is solar energy. Yan ang pinaka-common. Okay, so you can harvest solar energy using solar panels, and then you can install a solar panel on top of your hotel. Pwede ding meron kang solar water heater. So that would greatly reduce yung energy consumption ng buong building. So how does it work, no? Let's say you have a hotel or a restaurant or your own house. How do you make it more sustainable by using solar panels? So basically, in the morning, i-harvest ng solar panels mo yung energy from the sun, no? Okay, so next is energy. So all buildings, lahat yan, gumagamit yan ng artificial energy. So as much as possible, if we can minimize our energy consumption, much better. Now, when it comes to hotels, restaurants, or residential din minsan, ang pinaka-common na ginagamit namin is solar panels. So how does that work? So solar panels basically harvest the energy from the sun, and then i-store niya yon, and then during nighttime, yun na yung gagamitin mong energy. So you don't have to rely fully on Meralco. You can use your own energy. Sometimes pa nga, ang ginagawa ng iba is talagang reliant sila sa solar energy. To the point na yung naka-harvest nila na energy is mas madami pa sa daily consumption na kailangan nila. So let's say one family gumagamit ng ganitong amount of energy, pero dahil madami silang solar panels sa taas ng bahay nila, sumosobra pa yung energy storage na meron sila. So kapag ganun, usually ang ginagawa is nabibenta pa yun sa Meralco. So pwede din yun, no? So what's the reason why people don't use solar energy? Kasi hindi naman lahat naka-solar. So the number one reason is it's expensive. So yan ang number one reason. You have to invest first, no, sa isang solar-powered system. Gagastusan mo muna. And then only years, let's say, just an estimate, no? Kasi depende siya. Let's say 5 to 10 years. Only then would you recoup your investment. Pero after that, you have some sort of free natural energy na. But if you have the capacity to use solar panel in your hotels or in your restaurants, then much better. Okay. Next is natural lighting and ventilation. Now, this one is slightly connected doon sa energy part. So, the more natural lighting and ventilation that you have, the less energy you are going to consume. So, yun ang connection nila, no? So, as much as possible, if you are going to build a hotel or a restaurant, as much as possible, you need to introduce natural lighting at least. Malaki ang may tutulong ng natural lighting. You're gonna save money on daylighting pa lang, no? Electricity. So, for example, in this picture, you can see na sobrang dami niyang natural light. Imagine, mag-iilaw ka pa ba sa umaga? Most likely not, right? So this is another example, full glass sa facade. And then sa restaurant area nila, sobrang laki ng glass. Now, you don't really have to install super large glass, no? Hindi naman need na ganyan kalaki. As long as you know where the sun is, kung saan sumisikat ang araw, doon ka maglagay ng window. Pwede na yun, enough na yun. Now, of course, you should ask your architect pa din, so he'd be the one to decide kung saan mas okay. Pero you don't need to do very large, you don't need to install very large windows to take advantage of natural light. Same with ventilation. Merong specific parts sa bahay na kailangan mo doon maglagay na opening para doon pumasok yung hangin. You don't need to be very open na kailangan lahat walang dingding, kailangan lahat operable. That's going to be very expensive, no? So that's for natural lighting and ventilation. A few more examples. Okay. Next is water. So to design sustainably, we need to harvest or reuse rainwater and gray water. Okay, so usually kasi ang mga buildings na wala namang water harvesting system, every time nagagamit ka ng tubig, doon ka gagamit sa gripo. So medyo magastos, no? Let's say kami before sa bahay namin, ang ginagamit namin is paglilinis kami ng garahe, saksak kami sa hose, yun ang gagamitin namin every time. Or mag-water kami ng garden, paano kung malaki yung garden mo? Every time, bagong tubig na naman yung gagamitin. So, medyo wasteful, no? So, what you can do is you can introduce rainwater collection system. So, ang ginagawa lang niyan is kinukuha niya yung rainwater and then ilalagay niya sa storage tanks for use in the future, no? Same thing with gray water system. The only difference is yung source. With the gray water, ang source mo is bathtub, sink, non-kitchen, kasi iba yung water na ginamit natin sa panghugas, yung mga may mantika, yung may mga food residue. Pwede din yung sa clothes, sa washer. No? Hindi rin kasama dito yung sa toilet, yung may mga feces. So ito, same concept, iba lang ng source. And then yung water na makukuha mo from those sources, pwede mong gamitin sa garden, pwede mong gamitin panglinis ng kotse. Depende kung may filtration system ka. Pwede rin siyang pang-flush ng toilet. Kasi flush lang naman yung sa toilet. Hindi naman natin need ng clean water every time mag-flush tayo ng toilet. Pwede tayong gumamit ng harvested water. Okay? So those are the 5 key aspects. No? Let's take a look at this. This is the Eco Cycle Pavilion by Takashi Niwa Architects. So this is a great example of a sustainably designed building. So as you can see from the facade, ang dami na kagad mga puno. So yung mga puno na yan, hindi lang yan for aesthetics or for shade or para magmukhang green yung paligid. Although partially oo, kasama na yun. Pero the reason why they have a lot of greenery sa site is because they have a farm-to-table restaurant concept. Meaning, some of the dishes na sinuserve nila, yung mismong ingredient is nanggagaling din doon sa site. So, grabe. Sobrang sustainable talaga. And then, the restaurant also has its own waste sorting system. They also have a large source of, again, natural light and ventilation. And then, some of the materials na ginamit nila for the interior are actually recycled. So, tamang-tama, no? Kasi ang theme or sometimes kasi ang mga tao ayaw nila gumamit ng recycled items kasi ang worry nila is baka mamaya hindi siya magandang tignan or baka hindi maging maganda ang kalalabasan. Pero for this specific building, gumamit siya ng plastic for bench, cabinet. Yung mga bricks dito sa walls niya is mga recycled na. And yung steel for the handrail, recycled na din. And for the doors and tables, recycled wood na din. So, even by using recycled materials, besides being sustainable, aesthetically pleasing pa din siya. So, it's one of those design strategies na pwede natin i-implement whenever we design hotels and restaurants.
Wow, what an incredibly enlightening talk we just had with Architect Matthew. Sir, thank you for sharing your expertise. We are now brimming with knowledge about the best practices in facility planning. And now, we have one question from one of our viewers. As an architect, do you personally involve your line of expertise in terms of facility layout and planning?
Yes, so basically space planning and layout, floor plans, that's all the architect's job, no? So every time you build a building, there has to be a floor plan. So the ones who does the floor plan, the layout and the planning is the architect. Kami ang mag-decide kung gaano kalaki yung maging spaces sa loob, alin ang magkakatabi, paano yung maging access ng mga users doon sa spaces na yon, paano yung maging lighting and ventilation, ano yung maging design, and so on and so forth. What are your advice for those entrepreneurs who put up their own business in terms of facilities, layout, and planning? So, my advice is that you have a well-designed space or structure. And to do that, you have to hire the right professionals. So, lahat naman ng businesses, merong brand, no? May image na pinoportray. And besides doon sa product and service na ino-offer mo, the building at which you offer those goods and services also play a role in how you are going to be perceived. So, you have to make a conscious effort na kailangan maganda talaga yung pagkakadesign at pagkakaplano ng building na kinalalagyan ng business mo.
Architect Matthew, extend our heartfelt gratitude for delivering an outstanding presentation. And to present to our esteemed first guest speaker, may I kindly invite Ms. Michelle Villan. Ma'am, the virtual floor is yours.
Thank you very much, sir. And to award the Certificate of Appreciation, this is the citation. Certificate of Appreciation is hereby given to in grateful and sincerest gratitude for his selfless and commendable service rendered as a resource speaker during the conduct of the webinar entitled Embracing Eco-Excellence, Transforming Hotels and Restaurants for Sustainable Future. Given this 14th day of October 2023 from 8 a.m. to 12 noon at the Philippine Women's University, Manila City. Signed by our webinar chairperson, Ms. Isa M. Ducha, MIHM, together with our webinar co-chairperson, Ms. Ayamina S. Ligarda, MSHRM, and with our Professor in Advanced Facilities Planning and Design, Dr. Jocelyn R. Sardena, and with our Dean of School of Hospitality Management, Dr. Eframuel Jose L. Abellana. This certificate of appreciation is hereby given to Mr. Rupert Matthew T. Lacan Lali. Thank you very much, sir, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, Ms. Michelle and Architect Matthew. Now let's embark on a captivating exploration of the contemporary trends and pressing concern in the realm of facilities layout and planning design. Without further ado, please allow me to introduce Ms. Isa Ducha to help us introduce our second speaker. A virtual round of applause, please.
A pleasant morning, everyone. Our next speaker for today is graduate of Hotel and Restaurant major in Cruise Line at Lyceum of the Philippines, Cavite campus. He is the master of his craft. He was the executive chef of the 5-star Manta Ray Bay Hotel Micronesia, surrounded by the world-class top chef. He worked elbow to elbow with Michelin star chef Jonathan Beno in New York. He was also a senior sous chef at Carnival UK England, a former culinary instructor at Lyceum of the Philippines University Cavite campus. Currently, he is the chef owner of Mercano Restaurant in Tagaytay City. Let's welcome and give virtual applause to our next speaker, Chef Peter Morgan Dice.
I would like to introduce myself. I am Chef Peter Morgan of Morgano Restaurant. I am the chef owner. But first of all, I would like to thank the organizers for inviting me for this wonderful event. And today I'll be sharing you my topic, which is latest trends and issues in today's facilities and planning design. So as we all know, I am a business person and restaurateur and an entrepreneur, but I will showcase my kitchen layout not as a celebrity chef, but it is for the efficiency and effectiveness of my day-to-day operations. So I've been working in the industry for more than a decade. No? So I started working way back 2012 up to present. So I've worked in local restaurants in Guam, in US, which is specifically in New York, and in United Kingdom, and in Mediterranean coastline as a chef as well. I am also a chef consultant in Manila in various restaurants. And for me, layout and design in the kitchen is very important when designing a kitchen, and especially designing a restaurant as a whole. So for this topic, I have here what we call the SAFEST. So the SAFEST is an acronym, and there's a meaning. Okay, so I will discuss it to you right now. Okay, so as I've mentioned, the first topic is the strategic and safe. So since I have mentioned to you a while ago that I have worked in so many different countries and kitchen setup, dito ko na nalaman kung paano pa mag-setup ng kusina. Nakita ko yung iba't ibang klase ng setup. Meron dito ako na-encounter na sobrang ganda ng design ng kitchen, hindi naman ganun ka-effective. Meron din naman ako nakita na sobrang safe niya talaga, hindi rin naman ganun ka-efficient or ka-effective pagdating sa operations. So, itong dalawang effectiveness, tsaka efficiency, at tsaka yung safety nito, napakahalaga nito, yung tatlong ito pala, no? Para magsama-sama siya dun sa mismong operations natin. So dito sa Morgano, nire-relate ko siya dito. Kasi when I designed Morgano Restaurant, way back 2020, inuna ko yung layout ng kitchen. Inuna ko yung equipments, yung design. And since ako is isang practitioner ng aking industry, it is very important na when designing a restaurant, kukonsulta ka sa mga experts na nagtrabaho talaga sa kitchen tulad ko, or make sure kung magde-design kayo ng inyong restaurant is kukonsulta ka din, or I mean alam mo yung mismong flow or yung workflow. Hindi kasi pwede na sa engineer ka lang magbabase or sa architect. Gagawin talaga nila yung design na gusto mo. Maganda yon, talagang kung ano yung binayad mo sa kanila, ano yung inutos mo sa kanila, gagawin nila yon. Pero syempre, hindi nila alam yung workflow na gusto mo. So, mag-end up na hindi na effective yung layout, hindi pa efficient yung layout mo, magagalit ka sa kanila kasi sasabihin mo, ganito, ganyan. Pero, ang pinakamahalaga niyan, alam mo muna yung workflow mo. So, saan ba yan? Kailangan muna alam mo yung menu. Dahil depende dun sa food mo or sa cuisine mo, dun ka magbabase kung anong equipment ba ang kailangan. Anong klaseng layout ba ng kusina yung gagawin? Chinese restaurant ba to? French restaurant ba to? O Filipino restaurant ba to? So magkakaiba kasi yun. Magkakaiba ng cooking equipments na kailangan, magkakaiba ng layout ng kitchen na kailangan. So dito sa strategic and safe, na pumapasok yung unang-una yung sa strategic. Dito sa Morgano Restaurant, meron akong video mamaya, ipapakita ko sa inyo paano yung operations ng nangyayari dito. So, pag may pumasok sa aking ticket, let's say, pasensya na guys, nandito kasi ako ngayon sa trabaho. Mga maririnig kayong unnecessary noises. So, halimbawa, sumigaw ako ng ticket, order. So, magi-start yung sa dulo ng cooking line, which is the hotline. So, sisigaw ako ng ordering doon. Doon unang ipe-prepare yung pagkain, pati yung sa appetizer. Then, magmumove yun doon sa susunod na saute station, hanggang makarating ng grill station, hanggang makarating doon sa mismong pass, which is yung tinatawag natin na dispatching area. Doon ko na i-check yung quality ng lahat ng item bago ilabas doon sa guest. And then yung steward area or yung tinatawag natin na pot wash is nandun din sa tabi mismo ng lutuan, para habang nagluluto yung mga cooks and chefs, it's very easy tsaka accessible sa kanila na itapon yung mga kawali at tsaka yung mga pinaggamitan doon sa mismong ligpitan ng ng mga steward, Then dito naman sa safe, na papasok tayo dito sa safe, meron kaming dalawang exit which is required ng BFP. Okay? So bago tayo mag-layout din ng isang kusina, i-consider din natin yung inspection. The inspection of the Bureau of Fire Protection. Otherwise, pag bumagsak ka rin doon, hindi rin mag-o-open yung restaurant mo because it is one of the requirements for getting the mayor's permit. So, dapat meron kang dalawang exit. You have fire extinguishers. And yung mga LPG tanks mo is naka-secure. Hindi siya prone for tampering or sabotage. Kasi minsan sa business, hindi natin alam kung may pwedeng manabotay sa atin or gumalaw ng mga LPG tanks natin. Ano? Then the floor, sa floor natin, the tiles is designed as rough tiles yan. So parang medyo, since tile siya pero non-slip tiles na siya. So as a chef, of course, it's very important for us as well to wear a PPE. Itong apron na to, it is part of the PPE. Itong chef's uniform, akala natin pang aura-aura lang. No, it is also a PPE. Kung makikita natin, iba yung tela dito. Tapos double-breasted pa siya. Para at least, pag natalsikan tayo ng mainit na oil or any water, hindi rin tayo basta-basta mapapasok. But nowadays kasi mga synthetic na eh. So hindi rin ganun kaganda. Akala kasi nung iba, pang design lang yung ano ng chefs, no? And of course, the non-slip shoes. So the floor, it is designed na kahit na hindi ganun ka non-slip yung mabiling sapatos ng chef. Kasi mahal talaga yung non-slip na sapatos. Nagre-range siya ng mga approximately 2,500 to 6,000 pesos. Yung original. So gawa siya sa gulong ng airplane. Eh, ang nabibili nowadays is yung galing lang sa palengke na rubberized shoes. So, hindi naman natin ina-expect na makabili yung mga cooks natin, ordinary cooks natin ng ganong kagagandang shoes. So, dinesign namin yung area na kahit na mag-spill ka ng oil doon, hindi siya basta-bastang madudulas doon. Okay, so, and then yung floor namin, bukod sa tiles, meron na rin siyang dripping ng, yung pinaka gratings ng stainless, so doon magdi-drip lahat ng oil automatically yun. So diretso na siya agad sa grease trap. So bukod doon sa unang grease trap, meron pa kami isa pang grease trap bago dumating sa mismong septic tank namin. Okay, so the second one is the air circulation. So bakit ba air circulation? So meron kasi kami dito sa kitchen na dalawang klase ng air for air circulation. Meron tayong tinatawag na fresh air, which is galing sa labas. At meron din tayong exhaust. So palabas na naman ngayon yun. So dito kasi sa Morgano Restaurant, nag-design kami ng mas malakas. So actually gumagamit kami ng centrifugal unit ng exhaust. Bakit? Dati blower lang kami, pero since gumamit kami ng charcoal powered na mga equipments, hindi na kinakaya ng init ng kusina yung yung environment. So may mga tao kami na nagkakaroon ng sakit, sobrang init niya talaga, nagkakaroon ng asthma, nagkakaroon ng skin problem kasi sobrang init, hindi na kinakaya. So nag-decide ako na mag-invest ng centrifugal unit for the exhaust and another unit for the fresh air. So fresh air is galing sa labas, yun yung nakatapat sa mga cooks para mahanginan sila. And then palabas naman yun. Yung exhaust natin is palabas. So at least nagsi-circulate yun. It is very important as well for the food, the salad, kasi may mga greens din kaming niluluto. So ang kitchen din kasi namin is sarado eh. So it's enclosed. So as we all know naman, an enclosed space is very dangerous. Minsan pag sobrang enclosed yung space natin, nagkakaroon tayo ng deprivation sa oxygen, marami ring namamatay. So kung hindi tayo ganun ka-knowledgeable sa pagde-design ng isang facility, risky din para sa ating mga employee. And of course, yung effectiveness at efficiency, hindi rin magiging ganun kaganda. It's because the environment is very irritating. It's very hot. So, yung mga cooks natin, mga employees natin, hindi na sila magiging ganun ka-effective to do their job. So, and then the third one is the flexibility. So, usually dito sa restaurant, we are experiencing a huge number of guests, especially weekends. And I only have a very limited space. So actually design lang to sa like 5 to 6 cooks dito, no? Pero how is this possible that we can cater like more than 100 sa lunch, no? Nang sabay-sabay. Minsan may nagwe-wedding dito o nagpa-function dito ng reception. Meron naman dito sa kabila is nag-a la carte. So, how is it possible na hindi nagsasuffer yung operation? Sobrang ganda pa rin ng flow. Number one is, of course, strong planning. Okay? And doon napapasok din yung flexibility na tinatawag natin. So, sa flexibility na tinatawag natin, your kitchen design must be flexible. So, nandito yung iyong lutuan, nandito yung mismong range mo. So, kesa yung your chef is tatakbo pa doon sa kabila para lutuin yung isang pagkain or specific food, which is halimbawa kailangan niya mag-fry, pupunta siya sa heavy equipment ng fryer, dinesign na siya na nasa tabi lang. So, dikit-dikit lang talaga siya. So, habang nagluluto, pwede mag-fry. Pagtalikod niya lang, nandun na yung salad station sa likod. So, pwede siyang gumawa ng salad, pwede siyang magluto, pwede siyang mag-fry, pwede siyang umikot to make the salad, and then pwede siyang lumingon sa kabila para gumawa ng dessert. So, napakabilis lang niya. And then the cooks, the third one is yung mga cooks natin, pwede silang magpalitan. So, pag absent yung isa alam how to do the specific station ng absent. Let's say, si Cook 1 is day off. Si Cook 2, alam niya dapat kung paano gawin yung station ni Cook 1. So, dapat, it is very important then for a business business owner or a business personnel or an entrepreneur or a restaurateur to hire an effective employee. So, doon din yun. Siyempre, dapat mag-i-invest din tayo sa tamang mga employees natin. So, doon pumapasok yung flexibility. Hindi lang dapat yung area, yung flexible, ha? Pero yun yung, since yung topic natin, doon tayo nakafocus. So, gusto ko rin sabihin sa inyo na dapat, yung tao, which is, or the employees, must be effective as well. Kasi, no matter how flexible the working area, at hindi naman ganun ka-flexible yung employee mo or yung hinire mo, so ganun pa rin yung magiging style ng yung day-to-day operations. And then the fourth one is the efficiency. So as I have mentioned on my second point, which is the airflow, here in my restaurant we are using charcoals for cooking. So meaning nalilesen ang paggamit ko ng LPG. Back in the days, gumagamit ako ng puro LPG powered equipments. Weekly gumagastos ako ng like 24,000 pesos. Yun ang gastos ko sa LPG. So sobrang sakit sa akin, no? So hindi ko matagalan yun. So what I did is nagpa-design ako ng powered charcoal powered na commercial grill, charcoal power na oven, at saka cooking range. Why? Number one, magkano na lang ang ginagastos ko weekly? Dati LPG ko 24,000. Ngayon si charcoal power, gumagastos na lang ako ng 3,800 weekly. So ang laking difference, di ba? Mas mainit kasi umaabot siya ng more than 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and mas masarap pa, mas smoky yung flavor, and mas matagal pa mamatay yung apoy, and it's very cheap. So napaka-efficient niya talaga. Minsan papatayin namin yung oven, tapos na yung operations, the next day mainit pa rin yung oven. Okay? And then mas less din yung paggamit ko ng ng non-renewable resources. And unlike the charcoal, maraming mga kahoy-kahoy dyan na pwede mong gamitin, pwede mong tibain dyan. Alam nyo ba yung salitang tiba? Yung parang tinitiba-tiba nyo lang dyan or iniitak-itak nyo. Kasi hindi lang naman pwedeng ulo yung gamitin, pwede ka rin gumamit ng mga kahoy. Alright? And then Unlike yung LPG, syempre, ano yan eh, maghihintay pa tayo ng napakatagal na panahon kung tutuusin. Though maliit lang naman na case yung akin. Para sabihin na mag-antay tayo ng mga underground resources tulad ng mga fuel niyan. So hindi naman ako kabawasan. Pero at least, isa ako sa maliit na mga at least nakababawas. Though hindi rin naman malaking epekto. Pero to tell you frankly, when I started using charcoal or sabihin na natin na wood powered cooking equipments, mas naging mabilis pa nga yung operations ko. Dati akala ko ang bagal nito kasi magpaparikit pa ako ng apoy. No, mas mainit siya, mas matagal ma-retain yung init, and hindi ko kailangan ng LPG. Mas mabilis maluto, mas masarap pa talaga siya. So, in short, napaka-efficient ng uling at saka paggamit ng ganun kesa sa LPG. Mura na, mas masarap pa, mas mabilis pa. Unlike sa LPG, akalain lang natin, mas convenient lang siya, mas mabilis gamitin kasi isang pitik mo lang, apoy na siya. Pero, let's not forget na si restaurant is running more than 15 to 16 hours a day. So, isipin mo yung LPG mo, bukas yun 16 hours. Patay ka talaga sa bill ng LPG mo pa lang. Alright, and then the fifth is the sanitation for my safest. Sanitation, to be honest, it is one of the common issues in many restaurants. Sometimes, you will go into a restaurant, the interiors of the dining is good. Sabihin natin na uso ngayon yung salitang Instagrammable, Ang ganda naman ng place, Instagrammable. Ang ganda naman ng Instagrammable. But, nakita na ba natin yung kitchen area nila? Nakita ba natin kung gaano kalinis yung facility ng kitchen area nila? So here in Morgano Restaurant, as a chef owner, makikita natin sa mga stories ko, sa mga reels or posting sa Facebook, I am confident to showcase my kitchen. Bakit? Kasi sobrang linis dito eh. Sobrang linis nung namin, practice namin. Nagsisimula kami, unang-una, sa grooming, sanitation di ba? Hindi naman pwedeng ang linis nung lugar, dugyot kami. Number 1, uniform. We wear our uniform with pride. Bagong gupit, walang balbas, walang bigote. Lahat, walang yung kuko. Siyempre, food handler kami dito. And then, pangalawa, the kitchen facility itself. So, sobrang linis dito. Araw-araw, nagwa-wash down kami. After the operation, yung pag nag-wash down kami, yung septic tank ng kitchen is separate doon sa septic tank ng mga CR. Hindi siya pwedeng maghalo eh. Sa ibang establishment natin, halo-halo yung septic tank eh. Iisa yung septic tank ng CR, iisa rin yung septic tank ng kusina. Bawal yun. Yung sa amin naman, may septic tank na kami ng kusina, may overflow pa kami. Para mapuno man yun, tamang-tama lang. Pero hindi na kami umaabot sa ganung point. Pinapakuha na namin siya sa malabanan. And then, yung sa sanitation din, of course, wala kaming mga butas-butas dito or chippings or sabihin natin na mga crack in between ng walls. Bakit, no? Yan ang mga gustong-gusto ng mga tinatawag nating pest or German cockroach. Based on my experience in my more than a decade of working in this kind of industry, pinakakalaban talaga ng kusina is the German cockroach. Once na napasukan ka ng kahit isa or dalawang German cockroach, napakahirap patayin yan. So, kailangan sobrang galing din ng yung pest controller. Meron akong pest controller dito na sobrang effective niya talaga. Wala kang makikita ni isa na German cockroach dito. I am so proud to announce na wala akong kahit isang German cockroach dito. And then, every night after operations, buhos talaga. Akala mo deep clean. Wash mula sa taas, pababa, hanggang lahat. Talagang sobrang linis dito. Yung kitchen namin, yung mga freezers, chillers, halwas lahat yan. Label, palit ng canisters. Why? Ang OA naman ni Chef. No, hindi siya OA. Tandaan natin guys, food po yung pine-prepare namin. Okay, so one mistake, may sumakit ang tiyan sa amin, pwede kaming idemanda, pwede kaming ipasara, and then mawalan kami ng customer habang buhay. So sobrang laki ng risk. Kaya dapat hindi lang basta-basta restaurant, masarap ka magluto, alam mo how to run a business, pero yung safety mo naman, wala na. So try to go into various restaurants, and then pag sobrang natuwa kayo, ask them if you can see their kitchen. No? Minsan talagang pahirapan bago ipakita yung kusina kasi talagang yun yung sabihin natin na madilim na bahagi ng restaurant kasi hindi natin alam yung mga nangyayari dun. And based on my experience, madaming kababalaghang nangyayari sa loob ng kusina. So, dun sa na-discuss ko sa inyo, makakabuo na kayo ng word na safest. Ano? So, nandoon na yung aesthetically, pwede kayong bumuo ng aesthetically na. Tapos, maayos na equipment. And then, safety pa. Pero, minsan kasi ang nangyayari, akala natin, kailangan aesthetically maganda yung kusina natin bago yung equipments natin. Or, kung hindi man mangyari yun, hindi na magiging safe. No. Doon sa mga diniscuss ko sa inyo, hindi mahalaga na aesthetically yung yung kusina, aesthetically maganda yung kusina niyo. Ang mahalaga doon is sundin niyo yung diniscuss ko sa inyo. And then magkakaroon kayo ng maayos na flow ng operation, especially yung tinatawag nating workflow. Yun lang naman ang kahalagahan doon, workflow. And then once na magkaroon kayo ng maayos na workflow, magiging maganda yung inyong operations, malelesen yung complaint, magiging masaya yung mga customers, and then magre-result to sa magandang feedback, reviews, word of mouth, babalikan kayo ng mga customers, and lalong lalago yung inyong business. Once again, I would like to thank everyone for listening. I would like to apologize as well kasi medyo may mga naririnig tayong unnecessary noises dahil nasa operations po ako. May palalabas ako sa inyong or ipakikita na ilang minutong video na nangyayari talaga dito sa Morgano Restaurant. Thank you very much. Okay, and then the last topic is the tight supervision. So bakit ba tight supervision? Dito na ako papasok. Dito na papasok yung mga managers na nasa baba ko. So in order for this restaurant to implement everything, it is required for a tight supervision. Bakit? So kahit naman iutos mo yan, nakakasigurado mo kami na talaga na itong mga rank and files na to or yung iba is ginagawa nila yan. So doon papasok yung inspection. Every night dito after operations, talagang chinecheck namin yan. Hindi sila uuwi hanggat di nila pinapakita sa amin yung kanilang station. So pupunta kami sa isang specific station, patingin ang station mo, pacheck, patingin, pakita ako, and then once na okay na sila, okay, alis na yung cook 1. Si cook 2 naman, papakita niya yung station niya, and then pwede na siyang umuwi. So araw-araw ganun kami guys, araw-araw. Bakit? Sa una mahihirapan sila, pero once na na-practice niyo, na-master niyo, and naging it becomes part of your kitchen repertoire, madali nang gawin yun. Pero napakahirap ngayon na sobrang nababaliwala lang. Kasi minsan, ito yung nangyayari. Mas nauuna pang umuwi yung mga managers and supervisors kaysa dun sa mga rank and files. Tama ako, di ba? O, sasabihin ng ibang managers, paano, uwi na ako ganito, ganyan, mauna na ako. But it is wrong. It's so wrong. Dapat, as managers, as business owners, tayo ang huling aalis sa establishment. Kasi we are the one responsible for checking everything. Unang-una, kung malinis na ba to, safe na ba to, nabunot ba natin yung mga electricity natin, nabunot ba natin ng maayos o napatay ba natin ng maayos yung mga gas range natin na pwedeng pagsimulaan ng sunog or aksidente. So, doon na pumapasok yung salitang safest. So, number 1 dito is yung strategic and safe. Number 2 is yung air circulation, flexibility, efficiency, sanitation, and then yung tight supervision.
Chef Peter Morgan, your talk has been truly eye-opening. Thank you so much. We also have a question from one of our viewers, and the question reads, what strategies can hotel and restaurants implement to promote eco-excellence and contribute to a more sustainable future?
So, question number 2 is, what can a hotel and restaurant implement to promote eco-excellence and contribute to sustainable future? So, depende kasi yan dito sa sa iba't ibang layout ng hotel or restaurant. Pero gagawin ko na lang yung example ko. Kasi kami naman dito is since restaurant, part pa rin to ng hospitality industry. So, in our case, in our restaurant, we use reusable materials or equipments, or kung wala man kaming reusable para sa item na ginagamit namin, we use biodegradable, mga papel, karton, mga ganon ginagamit namin. So instead ng foil, ang ginagamit namin minsan pambalot, especially sa mga roasting, dahon ng saging. Yes, pwede po yun, no? So dahon ng saging, nilalaib muna namin yun. Yun ang binabalot namin pang roast ng baboy namin or lamb. Makalumang sistema pero mas effective at mas nakaka-add pa ng flavor. So hindi yun alam ng iba. Pwede nyo rin i-share dyan. And then we are also using mga food grade chemicals for cleaning. Sometimes pag sinabi natin na cleaning chemicals, akala natin lahat basta cleaning nakasasama na. May mga na-invento ngayon na food grade. So ibig sabihin, hindi siya ganun ka-toxic. Okay? So design talaga siya for a restaurant facility na hindi ganun ka nakalalason. So ayun. And then, as I've mentioned doon sa mga key points na na-discuss ko kanina, we are minimizing the usage of LPG, but instead we are using the wood fire or charcoal power cooking equipments. So yung mga kahoy-kahoy dyan na nalaglag during the typhoon or mga ano man dyan na nasusunog, ginagamit namin yun, panggatong na rin. So malaking bagay, naalis yung kalat at the same time, mas nakakamura pa kami. And lastly, yung septic tank namin. So bago siya mapunta sa septic tank, gumagamit din kami ng grease trap sa every lababo namin. Napaka-importante nun for a restaurant or a hotel facility. So from the sink, pupunta siya sa grease trap. Of course, from the word itself, yung grease, doon na matatrap, aalisin yon. I-separate siya ng container, mga used oils natin or the oil na na-use natin. Then, yung mga iba nating waste, na-filter na doon. Dadaan pa ngayon ng septic tank yon. So, sa septic tank natin, as I mentioned, bukod yung septic tank ng toilet, bukod din yung septic tank nun sa mismong kitchen. Yes, bawal pong pagsamahin yun. Hindi po pwede yun. And then after that, it will be collected by a DOH accredited na mga septic tank contractors natin or cleaners. Nowadays, baka na-offeran yung iba or tayo, or kayo, na mas mura to. Wala nang OR. Mas mura yung pahigop ng Poso Negro. Pero usually, ang ginagawa kasi nila dyan, tinatapon lang sa kanal. Ang kaibahan po niyan dito sa mga DOH accredited na Poso Negro cleaners or contractors, dinadala nila yan sa mga water treatment facility para ma-recycle yung tubig natin. So again, thank you very much for inviting me for this wonderful talk and opportunity to share my experience and knowledge. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Chef Peter. Now, may we invite Ms. Saira Tartini and Saavedra to help us express our profound gratitude to the speaker whose insights have illuminated our understanding and inspired us all by presenting the certificate of appreciation on our behalf.
Thank you, Chef Dice, for the wonderful insights on the latest trends and issues in today's facilities layout and planning design. Let me read the citation. Philippine Women's University, 1743 Taft Avenue, 1004 Manila City, Philippines. Hereby awards the Certificate of Appreciation to Mr. Peter Morgan Dice, in grateful and sincerest gratitude for his selfless and commemorable service rendered as resource speaker during the conduct of the webinar entitled Embracing Eco-Excellence, Transforming Hotels and Restaurants for Sustainable Future, given this 14th day of October 2023 from 8 a.m. to 12 noon at the Philippine Women's University, Manila City. Signed, Isa M. Ducha, MIHM, Webinar Chairperson. Signed, Ayamina S. Legarda, MSHRM, Webinar Co-Chairperson. Signed, Dr. Jocelyn S. Sardenia, Professor, Advanced Facilities Planning and Design. Signed, Dr. Eprimuel Jose L. Abellana, Dean, School of Hospitality Management.
Thank you so much, Chef Peter and Ma'am Saira. And as we reach the final stretch of our webinar, we find ourselves at a destination equally as captivating as the topics we've explored thus far. In this segment, we'll immerse ourselves appreciating eco-excellence and its pivotal role in shaping a sustainable future for the hotel and restaurant industry. And to introduce our next speaker, may I invite Mr. Ralph Gerald Bermejo. Sir?
Our third speaker has exposure to both international and local companies. His expertise includes hospitality management and consultancies, business development, operation and administration management, food and beverage, culinary, banquet and events, revenue analysis and strategies, menu engineering, budget and forecasting, and the like. He started his hospitality career as a kitchen steward and honed his skills and knowledge through dedication at work and training. He was also a consistent champion employee during his early years in the industry and was once a Hospitality Mabuhay awardee. He gained his Hospitality Management Certificate from Hyatt Academy, Manila. He was also one of the technical expert panel for the review of the Food and Beverage NC2 held in Manila from June to October 2021. He is one of the pillars and founder mentors of some hospitality organizations such as Boracay Island Food and Beverage Managers Association from 2009 to 2010, United Hoteliers of the Philippines Region 4 Calabarzon, in the original hospitality professionals. He spent and worked more than 30 years of hospitality in standard and exclusive properties like the Hyatt Regency Manila, Henan Group of Resorts, Fridays Boracay, Taal Vista Hotel, Vitos Hotel, Windham Properties, German Club International, and others. He is presently employed as management and development consultant of 2 resort properties in Bataan and Bicol, at the same time as a mentor, trainer of small resorts and restaurant business in Palawan, Tagaytay, and other places where he mostly invited occasionally. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our third speaker, Mr. Mario de la Peña Gatmaita.
Hello, I'm Mario. Good day, everyone. Thank you, PWU students and faculty members for this opportunity for inviting me over. And thank you as well to Sir Rob for a very brief introduction. I think no need for me to elaborate further. Now we go straight forward to our topic. So we'll discuss about things like embracing eco excellence, transforming hotels and restaurant for a sustainable future. But before anything else, let us emphasize sustainability. So what is sustainability? So accordingly, sustainability is living while making others live. That's us, humans, coexist with plants, animals, and other living matters. That's also we, ourselves, the community around us, and our planet itself. So to sustain sustainability, we seek to prevent the depletion of our natural or physical resources so that they will remain available for the long term. That's for human, its environment, its habitat, and its community. So how to prevent the depletion and sustain the environment? So there are basic criteria in practicing sustainability, just to sustain sustainability, as we mentioned. So these are some examples. So we need to practice energy efficiency. Ito yung pagtitipid. We need to identify quality of our produce. No? We need to prevent hazardous materials. We need to produce more natural and organic. We need to know the difference between recycled and recyclable. And of course, we need to avoid disposables. Use fair trade. Ano ba itong fair trade na to? So fair trade is something like in rural areas wherein they have what they call market day, wherein they are selling their local produce, no? Like their vegetables, their native chicken, eggs, and meat, no? And then choose eco-labels. Ano ba itong eco-labels? Ito po yung eco-labels ay certification ng isang kumpanya para siya ma-certified as a sustainable or ecotourism, eco-sustainable entity or business. So, kailangan niya ng eco-labels para ma-certify. Of course, green alternatives are plants, trees. Staff training, we need to train and educate our staff about sustainability, especially in resort and hotel and restaurant, no? Farm to table, ito naman yung mga nowadays na trending, no? Farm to table, ang ginagamit ngayon, karaniwan ng mga kitchen and restaurants, no? Of course, pag hindi natin nag-practice ng sustainability, if we will not practice sustainability, may negative environmental impact yan. So now, let us highlight some samples of this criteria. Of course, in all resorts in hotels, we are using bulbs. So, ano ba yung mga bulbs na yan? So, accordingly, may tatlong klase ng bulbs. May LED, CFL, ILB. Yung LED, ito yung ginagamit, ito yung yung light emitting diode. Yung CFL, ito yung compact fluorescent lamp. Yung ILB, ito yung incandescent light bulb. Ito yung normal na ginagamit natin dati na matataas ang watts nung wala pa yung LED, no? So sa resort namin, lahat ng ilaw ay pinalitan na namin. So ginagamit na namin ay most of them are LED bulbs, no? Bakit LED bulbs? Because LED bulbs last long, no? You will notice 50,000 hours in a year. We only consume 325 kilowatt hour per year. Why? Because napakababa ng wattage na. And the lumens is almost the same, no? With 60 watts or 13 to 15 watts. So may mga environmental impact yan. So yung CFL pala, yung fluorescent, that contains mercury, no? And also yung CFL ay mataas ang carbon dioxide. Ano yung carbon dioxide? I think ito yung tinatawag ng epekto sa ozone layer, no? So if we will be using LED bulbs, we can save and control energy consumption. At the same time, we maintain healthy and safe environment for our hotel staff, for our restaurant staff, and especially for our guests. So another energy efficient practice, motion detectors. Ano ba itong motion detector sensor? Ito raw ay motion sensor help to avoid unnecessary use of electricity and therefore help to lower your bill, no? If you will notice sa ibang malls o sa mga standard or big hotels, may mga escalator sila wherein they are using this sensor na pag tumapat ka, saka lang aandar. Same thing with yung glass door na automatic, no? Pag tumapat ka, saka lang bubukas. So, yun po yung mga sensor, no? It can save really huge amount of money for savings, for electric bill savings, no? Other good example of sustainable energy which we need to consider in our workplace is the installing of light control system. Ano ba yung light control system? Ito raw yung that can help save energy and money by automatically turning lights off when they are not needed. So ibig sabihin, tayo minsan nakakalimutan natin na mag-off ng ating mga ilaw. So itong control lighting system, automatic mag-off siya pag hindi in use for a few seconds, no? In our resort, we also use this solar system, no? Ano ba yung solar system? Ito yung solar panel na nagpo-produce ng energy coming from the sunlight, no? And then nag-accumulate yan ng energy habang sisinagi ng araw, nag-accumulate ng energy, and then nagpo-produce ng electricity, ng power para ipailaw o para paandarin yung mga heating elements, no? In our resort as well, we use this sustainable air cooling. Kung narinig nyo na yung salitang inverter, so most of our aircons are already inverter. Wala namang pagkakaiba dun sa dating aircon, no, na pares din nagpapalamig, but this one ang talagang advantage ng inverter energy efficient ito. Matipid talaga. In the long run, it could help us save money. Also, in our resort, we recycle rainwater. We have this huge dam, no? Pavement ito na buhos ito ng malalaki, wherein nag-iipon kami ng tubig ulan. Because in one of our resorts in Ticao, ang tubig sa kanila doon ay hard water. Ano ba yung hard water? Ito yung sa bomba na minsan pag ininit mo, minerals is coming out, no, yung mga puti-puti. So hindi siya pwedeng inumin. While yung rainwater, once na pinilter mo to, dumaan to sa ininit mo, pwedeng inumin. But most of this rainwater, we are using this in landscaping, sa pagdidilig, and also sa toilet flushing. So nakakatipid kami kasi yung bomba ay gumagamit din ng electricity yon. So with this, wala na kaming electricity. And also, in our resort, we make it to it na meron kaming natural lighting. So we are using double pane panel, mga glass, tsaka meron kaming mga collapsible walls wherein sunlight and fresh air penetrate into the room. So isang malaking pagtitipid din po yun. And of course, sa mga resort hotels, may mga kitchen sila. So in the standard or a 5-star hotel, gumagamit sila ng commercial kitchen ventilation. Wherein meron po tayong tinatawag yan na exhaust hood, na may exhaust fan, na may make-up air. No? Ito po yung circulation. From the stove, hihigupin ng exhaust hood, ng exhaust fan palabas. Ito namang make-up air, ito naman yung fresh air coming from outside. So, nagsisirculate po yung ilaw sa loob, lumalabas yung malamig, fresh air, at lumalabas yung mainit na hangin coming from the stove, no? Tsaka yung mga usok, so nilalabas niya. While yan po yung sa mga standard hotel, no? Sa probinsya po, katulad sa amin, probinsya, we use natural kitchen ventilation. Like we have this open screen walls sa taas, no? Para to prevent flies and insects coming inside the kitchen. We have this ceiling louver, may screen din. We use bricks oven, no, for our pizza, masarap pa. And also we install natural woods and stainless. Although sa akin, mas prefer ko yung stainless kasi hindi ito nabubulok. And we also put up ceiling fan or wall fan, no, para lang to balance the airflow inside. And also both in commercial and natural kitchen, meron po tayong tinatawag na cold room wherein gumagamit po tayo ng air conditioning unit. So this time, yung aming cold room sa isang resort, inverter pa rin. And so, another eco-friendly practice is using eco-friendly natural resources in our environment. Ito yung mga pang-fresh air, no? Yung pampabango ng paligid, no? Instead of using this commercial spray, like, let us mention the name Glade, pamabango, pero spray pa rin, no? Meron pa rin siyang carbon emission. While using natural air freshener like this one, no? Ito po, gamit ko rito ay rosemary and lemon, no? Binababad lang po sa tubig yan, no? And oil, combination, and then lalagay mo sa closet, sa wardrobe, no? So, pampabango po siya ng mga damit. Also, most of the resorts nowadays are, instead of using the regular candles, they are using these scented candles for a table setup. Sa paligid naman natin, no? As mentioned, instead of using air freshener, why not put some herb plants, no? Yung mababangong plants around. So, it will serve as a air freshener as well. Also, sa mga spa, gumagamit sila ng mga sap ng mga herbs, no? At pinapainit nila. So, ito na yung mga scented air freshener nila. And also, some establishment are now using the eco-friendly paints. Yung mas mababa yung alam nyo yung ibang paints natin matataas may laman na solvent, which is very harmful and hazardous to our health. So pag eco-friendly, wala pong solvent na ginagamit. Also, we are using natural ingredients for cleaning like soda, vinegar, calamansi. We use this once in a while, every month, at least we're using this once a week just to train the people about sustainability. And then another criteria to sustainability is the use of natural and organic produce from our backyards, no? Like yung yung mga native chicken, native eggs, no? Yung mga goat meat, yung mga grass-fed beef, no? So nowadays ginagamit po ito sa yung farm to table concept for the restaurant. We also have a lot of buko juice. We are offering buko juice as our welcome drinks, no? We have lots of pineapple in our resorts. We have this cocoa and coffee plantation. So yun po ang ino-offer namin sa aming mga guests, no? And also sa aming restaurant to involve community. So bumibili po kami ng mga produce nila, and then we are creating organic menus out of it, no? Like halimbawa yung banana heart burger, sayote tops, no? Vegetable with cheese, yung poached organic egg, napakasarap po niyan, no? And so on and so forth. We also have this prevention, no? Ano ba yung mga recycled or recyclable na yan? These are the examples of recyclable or recycled items, no? Like papers, plastic, bottles, glass, metal, cans, food, yard waste, batteries, etc. So sa paper, we should use both sides, no? Gawin nating scratch para naman makatipid pa rin. And then once na hindi na magagamit, we shred it, combined it with with other dry leaves, and this could be a compost. Binabasa po yun, nagiging pataba sa lupa. Plastic naman, if we have this plastic containers, we could use them for our leftovers, no? It could be holder as well of dry condiments. Same with the glass, no? We should keep jars and bottles to store other things. Metals, recycle, no? Aluminum cans yan. So, i-recycle natin yan, and then we sold it to junkyards, no? Yung namang food yard waste, it could be converted into compost, no? Wala namang concern dyan. At the same time, pwede rin pagkain ng ating mga alagang hayop. Batteries, of course, this is meron tong hazardous chemicals na we need to dispose this properly. Sa mga ibang barangay, meron yan na tinatawag na yung mga battery kung saan mo ilalagay. Also, have you heard things about MRF? Yung materials recovery facilities, no? So, let us talk about nabubulok at di nabubulok. So, yung nabubulok at di nabubulok, it's a part of a garbage segregation. No? So, pag sinabing unless na waste are biodegradable or can be recycled or hindi natutunaw, mag-accumulate po yan ng landfill o ng basura. Ibig sabihin, may hirap makontrol yan. So just like in one of our resort, cove po siya, no? Kaya pagabagat, lahat ng basura nasa baybay. So karamihan ng basura na yan ay plastic bottles. Minsan may mga diapers, may mga napkins, no? May mga gulong, no? Mga rubber, no? So yan, na-accumulate yan. So nagdadagdag po yan ng landfill o ng basura. So let us see kung ano-ano ba yung lifespan ng mga basura na yan. Yung mga hindi nabubulok. So look at the chart, no? If you will see plastic bottles, nabubuhay siya ng 70 to 450 years. Wow. Same with the polystyrene. Ito yung mga foam, ito yung mga styro, no? 70 to 450 years. Sanitary napkins and children's diaper, 500 to 800 years. Wow. So, to compare it with the organic or yung mga nabubulok na waste natin. Look at the paper, no? Piece of paper will last only 2 to 5 months. Paper bag, 2 to 5 months. No? Yung thread na ginagamit dun sa organic silk, no? Ano lang, 3 to 4 months nabubulok na. Yung rope na abaka, 3 to 14 months. So, sugarcane, 1 to 6 months. So, ito yung mga organic, no? Madaling mabulok. So, in our workplace, we normally implement the things we call sustainable purchasing. So, sa sustainable purchasing, we normally serve or sell organic and natural in our souvenir store, no? Which is patented and certified with eco labels. Yeah. We use 100% organic fabric for our bed sheet. Yan. Not only it is durable, but it is also something memorable. Halimbawa, mag-check-in ka sa amin, wow, yung kumot namin, bed sheet namin, yung top sheet namin, yung blanket, organic. No? So, memorable siya and very unique. Of course, if we are selling these things, may positive impact po yan. So what are the impact of sustainable purchasing? So economically, we support the local suppliers within the community. Socially, it is safety, health, and wellness. And ecologically, it avoids generation of waste and pollutants. Ibig sabihin, hindi nag-accumulate yung mga basura natin pag sustainable purchasing ating ginagamit. So, staff training. Another criteria to sustainability, of course, is to educate, no? Our staff. So, we educate our staff because they will gain knowledge and understanding about sustainability. And overall, the property will become efficient in cost and energy savings. And of course, the resort will gain respect locally and globally. So para matawag kang ecotourism resort, you need to practice this at least 70 or 80% of this sustainability should be practiced. So we call our resort as ecotourism resort. We are actually certified as ecotourism resort because we practice sustainability at least 70 or 80%, both in our facilities and in our operation. So lahat ng tinakil ko po rito, karamihan dito ay ginagamit din namin. So what are the examples of sustainability in hotel rooms? No? So here, let me share with you some example. No? Katulad nitong low flow toilets. Ano ba yung low flow toilets? Low flow toilets, ito yung plus toilet that is adapted in order to use significantly less water. Alam niyo yung mga water tank na yun sa CR, may dalawa po yun. Isang maraming tubig at isang less tubig. So, ayan po yan. No? And also, we use low flow shower. Ano ba yung low flow shower heads? Ito po yung less water din ito. Pero pag lumabas, malakas kasi gumagamit po ito ng aerator. So, yun na po yung uso ngayon. No? Also, towel, linen sheet, reuse program. So, may mga reminder po tayo or notes in bathroom encouraging guests to just hang the towels if no need to replace, no? If they don't need replacement, kung gagamitin pa nila yung existing towels nila. Of course, there should be non-plastic guest amenities, no? Also, in some resort, there is a hybrid parking. Ano ba yung hybrid parking? So, yung bang kotse kasi electric car na eh. So, if you have this electric car at natapat ka dun sa isang standard or 5-star hotel na merong hybrid parking, kadalasan yan, dun ka magpapark, priority ka, libre ka na rin ng saksak ng charge. So, yun po yan. So, access to fresh air, ito po yung mga windows na nabanggit ko, no, na kailangan na pag maganda pa noon, pwedeng pumasok yung air and sunlight at the same time. So, we don't use green cleaning agents in this particular presentation. No? We manage to use energy management system. No? May mga ano po dyan, mga procedures. No? High R, ano ba yung high R factor insulation? Ito po yung to control heat. No? Kadalasan may mga pad po yan sa walling na insulator. No? And also, sustainable mattress. Ano ba yung sustainable mattress? Ito yung, pag sinabi pa lang sustainable mattress, ito yung ang gamit nito ay organic cotton instead of yung natural na mattress na ang gamit ay polyester, which is not biodegradable. And then, double pane glass. Ano ba yung double pane glass? Ito yung windows that help reduce sound and improve energy efficiency. Ito yung sinasabi kong double. Na yung heat, masasalo ng isang glass, and then sa pagitan niya, doon naiipon yung heat, at hindi na siya lalabas doon sa pangalawang glass. And then Energy Star appliances. Ito po yung products that are same or better than standard products, but only use less energy, no? Ayan mo yan, katulad ng inverter. Certified woods, ito naman po yung mga woods na sustainably sourced lumber that has been certified the Forest Authority. So hindi basta-basta po lumalabas yan sa gubat, not smuggled lumber or goods. No? Of course, we use LED, no more CFL, no more that one, yung incandescent lamp, no? So, we use eco-friendly paint as well, no? Less VOC, tulad ng nabanggit ko, walang solvent. Okay. So, to wrap up, let us mention some importance of the sustainability in hospitality and tourism. Sustainability is an essential element for tourism development. Sustainability is aligned to protect the environment that promotes healthy and safety accommodation for our hotel guests, our diners in the restaurant. Of course, sustainability creates hotel or resort employment for its local community. And sustainability promotes farm to table produce, no? Which we create healthy, organic, and natural food for diners in the restaurant. And also sustainability creates resort hotel infrastructure, which is aligned to protect the environment, that to maintain the status quo of its people within the community. So next time, take only memories, leave only footprints. And the next time you happen to visit an ecotourism hotel or resort or restaurants, make sure to take only memories. Just leave your footprints behind. Why? Because that will sustain the status quo of its natural beauty, its culture, and its environment. Salamat po. Thank you so much.
In the realm of hospitality industry, it is imperative that we wholeheartedly commit to the practice of sustainable steps. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to Sir Mario for his truly inspiring and insightful talk. But as we continue, we have yet another question from our engaged audience. Sir Mario, how can we preserve sustainability of tourism and hospitality industry? And what is the possible best practice when it comes to safety in hotels? And number two, how important is environmental sustainability and community involvement to the hospitality industry?
Good afternoon. This is Mario again. So it is like this. For me, well, it is to educate, no? To train and to engage staff in sustainability, emphasizing that it is the key to embedding responsible operations in the tourism and hospitality industry. Number two, how important are environmental sustainability and community involvement to the hospitality industry? My response is to alleviate poverty, tourism must be developed, no? Most especially in emerging economies like the Philippines. Tourism development will address concerns about economic growth, capital investment, energy, and agricultural department or development. No? But the same effort should be parallel to sustain the traditional culture, which really involve the community. And by engaging its people in sustainable hospitality operation, things like farm to table are good example of community involvement in sustaining the hospitality in the industry in the future. So things like farm to table, that's through plants and vegetation produce, no? Poultry and animal caring, proper fishing techniques, innovation of its traditional product like weaving, local furniture, coffee, chocolate, brewery products, and others. We have to promote these things. We have to preserve these things. And then what is the possible best practices when it comes to safety in the restaurant? So in particular in the restaurant, so we should educate and train the staff about food safety and hygiene in the restaurant in particular. We should teach them topics like FDA, World Health Organization policies, which is the RA 1061. This is basically the safety and hygiene in food industry. We need to teach our staff about the causes and impact of FBI. What is FBI? FBI is not a federal state government. It is a foodborne illnesses caused by spoiled food most of the time, no? Contaminated food, no? And we also need to teach them about food safety hazard, wherein physical, chemical, and biological are being emphasized. No? We need to educate as well staffs about food bacteria, pathogens, pH level, temperature level, and how and when to use PPEs. No? We also need to teach them on proper food handling, which is the waitering. No? And of course, you need to have this pest control to prevent, you know, parasites or any contamination of crawling insects into food and others. The other questionnaire is what is the possible best practices, same, but this time in the hotel itself. The first time that was in the restaurant, now it's in the hotel. So best practices when it comes to safety in hotel. So we need to educate and train the staff about the safety in the hotel, particularly the use of safety device box, which is the SDB, what they call it in the hotel. SDB can be found most especially in side rooms, or if ever there is no SDB in the room, normally it is being located or kept in security offices. We need to have high security lockers. When we say high security lockers, it is where some of the firearms are being kept. We need to have to install a sensor or CCTV as video surveillance, and then of course the proper sensor lightings. We should assign lifeguards and security personnel accordingly. And logbooks and IDs of visitors as access security and registration process should be implemented. Of course, we need to coordinate with the fire safety prevention with the local authorities, especially with the fire prevention training. And how to use the proper use of fire extinguisher. Mostly it is included in the permit from the fire department in our local community. No? And then we need to install fire alarms and sprinklers. Also, we need to implement digital key cards with a tracking and audit system. And we need to implement emergency contact numbers and duress alert buttons. Ano yung duress alert buttons? Ito yung pag may emergency, ina-alarm mo yan. And then we need to implement cash handling control, of course, pilferage, theft, especially in the restaurant, in the front office, sometimes in other establishments really happen. So we need to really we need really to implement control in cash handling. Also, staff should be aware of emergency procedures of the hotel. So ano ba yung mga emergency procedures dyan? Yung mga fire exit zone, no? Fire exit map, where are those yung location ng mga fire extinguisher, and also there should be a yearly or at least two times in a year may training about emergency procedures.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we stand at the culmination of our webinar journey. However, before we bid our goodbyes, a moment of utmost importance awaits us. We shall now bestow our certificate of appreciation upon our esteemed speaker. May I kindly invite Ms. Neriza Ereso. Please join us at the virtual podium now.
Thank you. Philippine Women's University hereby awards the Certificate of Appreciation to Mr. Mario Gatmaitan in grateful and sincerest gratitude for his selfless and commendable service rendered as resource speaker during the conduct of the webinar entitled Embracing Eco-Excellence, Transforming Hotels and Restaurants for Sustainable Future, given on this 14th day of October 2023 at the Philippine Women's University, Manila. Signed by Ms. Isa M. Jucha, Webinar Chairperson, Ms. Ayamina S. Ligarda, Webinar Co-Chairperson, Dr. Jocelyn R. Sardenia, our Professor in Advanced Facilities Planning and Design, Dr. Eframuel Jose L. Abellana, Dean of our School of Hospitality Management Graduate Studies. Congratulations, Mr. Mario Gatmaita.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to weave the threads of the wisdom from the three captivating talks we've just experienced into a rich tapestry of insights. To guide us through this transformative synthesis, please join me in extending a warm welcome, Mr. King Thomas de los Reyes. A round of applause, please.
A pleasant day, everyone. It has truly been an insightful day with each speaker's niche, as we understood how the hotel and restaurant industry has carved a path to achieve longevity and sustainability in every nation's economy. So, which discussions in the webinar have piqued your curiosity and interest? For me, personally, the real-world case studies have opened up my horizons to think more critically and radically about the industry. So with the rise of modern technology, tools, and machineries, there has been an industrial revolution that shaped how people, businesses, and infrastructure are carried out throughout these recent centuries. However, these developments have been also adamant towards the environmental consideration to protect the earth. So with the lack of protocols to make sure that the nature is well taken care of, the habitats, species, and living organisms are being threatened and harmed every day. And in this light, with this webinar, we stand firm and uphold eco-excellence. With architect Lacanlale, he talks about the best practices through real-world cases. We can extract valuable information on how to use this to innovate our meaningful ways. And also, we can instill this principle in our methods so that we could further improve the ecological state of our respective communities. As these cases are already implemented, we can easily integrate various of mechanism for modification and improvement according to the necessities of our circumstances. Furthermore, it has truly been a comprehensive discussion how Chef Peter Diaz elaborated the trends and issues in facilities and planning design. It awakened our consciousness about the relevance of engineering and architectural structures to contribute to this cause. So this implies that in pursuit of eco-excellence, a myriad sectors and factors are needed to obtain the ultimate goal of achieving sustainability. So these designs and structures can be used as a basis in order to continue the legacy of construction with the benefit and welfare of the environment in mind. Appreciating eco-excellence is more than a figment of the mind for a greater cause. It is a way of life given by Mr. Mario Gatmaitan. He has the impressive elaboration of eco-excellence and the wide array of possibilities ahead with his talk as we are all united and resilient for a mission to create a positive environmental impacts through our fields of practices. So as part of the industry, we must be bound to transition to a cleaner, greener, and healthier globe. It is both a duty and responsibility to start to think and act now, to yield a transformative outcome for our fields of expertise. So through eco-excellence, we have to embrace, excel, and elevate, be the voice of the generation for moral obligation to the environment in order to make ecological advocacies and actions. Because we, the hospitality professionals, educators, practitioners, and learners, are one with the world. We have to build a better, brighter, and more sustainable green futures. Once again, have a great day and salamat.
Thank you, Sir Katie, for that insightful synthesis. And as we draw the curtains on what has been an undeniably exceptional webinar, please join me in extending a warm welcome to Ms. Aiza Ducha, the dedicated head of our webinar. Let's shower her with a well-deserved round of applause.
Mabuhay everyone! On behalf of DBHRM 602 organizers, we would like to thank first our speakers, Architect Matthew, Consultant Katmaitan, and Chef Morgan. Thank you for sharing your expertise. Truly, this webinar entitled Embracing Eco-Excellence, Transforming Hotel and Restaurant for Sustainable Future is beneficial to everyone. In addition, we would like to thank our very own Dean Prime Abellana and our Professor Dr. Sardenia for your unending support. Of course, to the faculty and staff of PWU, thank you for making this event possible. And finally, I would like to appreciate all the committees of this event. Thank you so much for your hard work. Kudos everyone. Thank you once again. Mabuhay.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence at this enlightening webinar. And of course, our heartfelt gratitude extend to our esteemed speaker, the ICT team of the Philippine Women's University, and our cherished audience. Whether you hail from the industry or represent various higher education institutions from every corner of our country, your participation means a world to us. Thank you, and thank you.
And before we conclude this enlightening journey, we kindly ask you to take a moment to scan the QR code displayed on your screens. A link is also provided on the comment section of this live webinar. Your evaluation of our webinar means the world to us, and we eagerly anticipate receiving your valuable and objective feedback. Thank you for being an essential part of our sustainable future mission. And in honor of our cherished alma mater, we kindly ask you to stand by as we play the Philippine Women's University hymn.
Once more, I'm Stephen John Magonsha, and alongside with me, Mr. Lee Patrick Brown, your enthusiastic host. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for being part of our webinar today.